Welcome to Breaking Bread Presents Trading Your Plan. I wanted to make a video, especially before the new year begins, that will help guide traders who are having a hard time become the trader that they want to be. Now, I believe this is partly because we either trade without a plan or we have a plan in place, we just don't stick to it. So that's what I will be touching on in this video. Before we move forward, I do apologize in advance. I am under the weather. So if you hear any coughing, any stuffiness, any sniffles, any sneezing, God bless me. I apologize in advance. I really wanted to get this video out before the new year began. I know 2024 is going to be our year, and I want us to start off on the right foot. 2023 was good. It was great. 2023 was a great year. 2024 is going to be our greatest year as traders, and I'm claiming that for us. So I apologize in advance. All right, so quick disclaimer before we begin. This video is for training purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing with you the tools and ideas that I use when I day and swing trade. So when taking trades, you assume all risk. Trade your plan. It doesn't matter what you use to trade, what strategy you use to trade. If you do not have a plan in place, that is a long hill up for you to become the trader that you want to become. So you want to make sure you have a plan in place. I don't care if you're day trading, swing trading, or scalping. You better have a plan in place. So why stick to your plan? Sticking to your trading plan is essential for maintaining discipline, managing risk, and achieving long-term success. A well-defined plan provides a framework for making objective decisions, controlling your emotions, and continue improving trading strategies. So we know trading is a you versus you game, and the best way to beat yourself is to hold yourself accountable. It's putting a plan together and sticking to the rules of your plan. So some things your plan should answer your entries, your emergency exit, profit targets, pullback, now what, and then your exit. And take a moment to click that like and subscribe button below to stay updated with any content that I have released. No pressure at all. All right, so let's talk about entries. Planning your entry helps you time your trade effectively. Whether you are scalping, day trading, swing trading, or even looking to buy shares, entering the market at the right time can impact the success of your trade. Planning your entry in advance helps you avoid impulsive and emotional decisions. We know when emotions are high, we may be tempted to deviate from the original plan, which leads to poor decision making, which in turn can have us in a bad play. Having a predetermined entry strategy reduces the likelihood of emotional interference. As traders, we should know that you never want to get in at the top of a move to the upside or the bottom of the move to the downside. Let me say that again for those in the back. Never get into a play if it's at the top of a move to the upside or the bottom of the move to the downside. You want to wait for a pullback or getting in before price makes the move is the highest probability for you to be profitable in that trade. So it's super important, super important for you to stay away from having FOMO. I know that's a difficult task because someone calls something out, you want to hop into it. But we leaving that in 2023. FOMO stays in 2023. In 2024, we're going to stick to the play, stick to our plan. If the play has already taken off without you, then wait for a pullback. Or just move on to the next play. I promise. I promise. There is always another play. I promise. All right, so you see here on the chart, I mark my entries. So until price break your level and force, then don't touch that play. Now, honestly, how many times have you tried to anticipate price, which you'll hop into a play early, only for price to go the other way? So please be patient and wait for price to break your entry level and force. Now, what does enforce mean? Enforce means that it should be a strong push above or below your entry, depending on which way you're playing. There should be no indecision of not knowing who's in control. You should clearly know if buyers are in control for calls and our sellers are in control for puts. The good ones goes and the bad ones reign. So if it wants to go, it's going to go. Your emergency exit. This should be the price point you will use just in case you get into a play and it goes against you flipping time frame continuity. Now, if this has never happened to you, then I hope it never happens to you. So you get into a play, either news drop or the market just does what it wants to do and price goes against you. You should have an emergency exit in place just in case this happens. This is also the exit you should be using when swing trading. You have to give yourself enough time for that play to play out. But everyone is different and your plan must fit you and your personality. But for me, if I'm swinging, my exit is based off the higher time frame continuities flipping against me. So if I get in based off the day setup, then price would need to close or below the previous day 50%. If I'm playing off the week, then price would need to close above or below, depending on which I'm playing, the previous week's 50%, and so forth. Now, some use the previous candles high and low, and like I always say, it's up to you and what you can handle. If you want to use the highs and lows, do it. If you want to use the 50%, do that. If you want to use the 60%, do that. Create a plan that fits you and your style. See here, I got my entry and my emergency exit. Previous 50. So if I was playing off the day for calls, then price would have to close below the previous day 50. If I'm playing off the week and I'm looking for puts, then price would have to close above the previous week's 50. And let me just say this before we move on. Price has to close, not push. I repeat, close, not push. As you can see, look at these candles. Price pushed here, push back up. Price pushed here, push back down. Price pushed down and push back up. Not push, close. We already know price, the market is going to take out some stops along the way. They do this strong push to push you out of your stop loss and to push you out of your plays. We know price is going to do that. We need price to close. Now, once price starts closing near our levels, above our levels, then you should start alerting yourself, okay, now what are we going to do if it do close? So take the signals that the market is giving you. Again, close, not push. All right, so targets. Setting profit targets helps avoid the temptation of letting winning trades turn red. It also prevents holding on to trades too long. Having specific profit goals helps maintain discipline. Now, I found that having predetermined targets helps with that anxiety that may show up when you are in a trade. If you see price breaking through your targets, I recommend shaving along the way. Now, what does that mean? That means securing profits if you can. So let's say you buy 10 contracts, price gets to target 1, take 2 off. Gets to target 2, takes 2 more off. And let those runners run. Let the runners do all the work. But secure profits along the way, just in case price does pull back, that you already have secured some profits, so it shouldn't bother you as much when you're in that play and it's pulling back on you. Having targets can also stop giving gains back. Once price hits all your targets, secure those profits and move on to the next play, or just take the rest of the day off. Now, when marking targets, I recommend at least having enough targets based off the ticker's ATR plus 1. So if a ticker's average true range is, let's say, $3, meaning it moves on average $3 a day, then you should have 4+ targets on your chart. You can see here, I got my targets listed. Also recommend having when your target's $1, right? So this is my entry, 472, I'm sorry, 471.94. So let's just call this 472. So I want to target at the $73 amount. I want to target at the $74 amount. I want to target at the $75 amount. I want to target at the $76 amount, $77 amount. So you want to make sure you're covered on each dollar amount. So if I was playing puts, then I would want one at the 71 mark, the 70 mark, the 469 mark, the 468 mark, and so forth. That's a recommendation. You don't have to do that. Pullback now what? You're in a trade and price begins to pull back. What are you going to do? Most do nothing. They just ride the wave and hope it's just a pullback. Others can't stomach a pullback, so they will take some profits and then look for re-entry. Others buy more contracts. Now, I know when I first started trading, I never added contracts on a pullback, no matter how confident I was in that play. And this is how I left so much money on the table, because we aren't adjusting our plans once price pullback and price confirms it's only a pullback. You don't have to do anything now, but when you start being consistent and comfortable and reading price action, then this is a habit you should want to grow. So if you're looking to become a swing trader or even just a day trader, when price pull back and you see price telling you it's just a pullback, then buy some more contracts. Even if it's just one contract, buy something to hedge this pullback, because theta does kick in when it's pulling back. So to hedge that theta, buy a contract. And this will help increase your gains in the end if this plays out in your favor. So here on the chart, you see I have it marked. If price gets back above this level, then I will add, or if price retraces to this level, I need to get back above this level. But if price retraces to this level and it's confirmed that it's a pullback, then this is where I'm gonna add contract. Now for me, I'm gonna add on this entry right here. Why would I add here? Because if you look to the left, this has been a previous level of support and resistance. So once I confirm the price pushed past it, pushed below it, and then started heading back up, then I would probably add contracts right here. But a safer play was once you start to see it really heading back in your way, not too early. So this is where I would add contracts. All right, so exit. This is what I call your true exit. Now, this is the exit after all your targets have been hit. Having an exit prevents you from staying in place too long and possibly giving back gains. Now, again, let's be honest with ourselves. Have you ever been in a play with no exit plan, just letting price run in your favor? Then the market allows you to become overly optimistic about your play. And then you're saying to yourself, oh my God, this is going to be the play of the year. Like, this is going to be the one. This one right here is going to feed all the kids in the house. And you letting it run way longer than you should have, then all of a sudden, the market does what the market does, and it begins to turn on you. Now, a $6 move has turned into a $2 move because you didn't have an exit plan. It has happened to us all. It happens. It happens. Pick an exit and stick to that exit. If the plan says exit, please just exit. Far too many times we'll be in a play and you're in the green, and price starts to go against you. Then you start saying, dang, I should have got out the play. I'd rather be in the play and took profit sticking to my plan than to ever say, dang, I should have gotten out. The words of a trader who just donated money back to the market is, dang, I knew I should have gotten out. Don't become that trader. Don't be that trader. You think you should have got out? Get out. Stick to your plan. Also, be mindful that you have to read the story price is telling you. Price may not always hit your targets or your exits, so you want to treat these levels as zones. Are you seeing wicks reaching out to reach to your zone, but it's not quite getting there to hit the exact mark? Then you might want to take that as a sign. But again, your plan, trade your plan. Here I got my exit at the top. All right, so let's put it all together. So I have my entry, I have my emergency exit, I have my true exit, and then I have my targets along the way of where I'm going to add contracts and where I'm going to look to shave some, and these are my targets. So you want to adjust your plan as you go. If you're swinging, then you're going to have more targets than what the ATR calls for. You're also going to have more pullbacks than you're going to need to decide if you're going to add contracts or not. Now, if you're scalping, then you probably won't have as many targets or adding contract levels. But at the end of the day, you're going to go back, look over your plays and see what you took and if you stuck to your plan. If you didn't, then this is where you're going to hold yourself accountable. We're going to look at it, ask ourselves why we didn't stick to this plan. We're going to take the lesson that we learned from that plan and we're going to take it into our new plans. We're going to take that lesson, not the rule that we broke. We're going to take the lesson. And then we're going to create new habits to where we never have to learn that same lesson again. We never want to break that rule twice. This is how we create new habits. Now, your chart should look something like this. And I know people say your chart should be clean if you want to be a great trader. And if they're able to do that, and that's great for them. But only you can feed you. And if painting this picture on your chart is going to hold you responsible and help you become the trader that you want to become, then that's what we are going to do to eat. Even if you don't want to put this on your chart, then don't put it on your chart, but do what works for you. Remember, your plan, your lane. Do what works for you. If this don't work for you, find something that works for you and stick to it. Just make sure you have a plan and you're sticking to it. I always say, don't adjust your plan to price, let price adjust to your plan. So let's say you found your setup you like and you have a plan for each trade. Now you wait for price to give us what we want. We can't make price do anything, but we can do is wait for price to do what we need it to do. No longer do we chase price. We're leaving that in 2023. We are no longer chasing price in 2024. We're leaving that in 23. Price is going to chase us as 2024. So if you know you like calls above the VWAP, then why are you getting into the play when it's below the VWAP? If you know you like the shy 3-1-2 scratch setup, then why are you getting in on the play on the 1 when you should be waiting for the 2? Whatever your favorite setup is, wait until price gives you that, and then we're going to execute. Price works for us. We don't work for price. We already put the numbers on our chart by our levels. We said we got our entries, our exits. All right, we already got the numbers on there to paint by numbers. Now we need price to come in and fill in those colors for us, show us the full picture. And until price does that, we don't take the play. All right, so some quick tips before we get out of here. First one is stick to your plan. Doesn't matter if you're scalping, swinging, day trading, or just buying shares. Stick to your plan. Now, your play should also have a minimum of your entry, your exits, and your targets. At minimum, emergency exit. You don't want to have your pullback levels on there. You don't have to. You don't have to. But at minimum, at least know where you're getting in at, the targets, your exit, and your emergency exit. And then your entry makes the play. A good entry will determine how successful you will be in that play. If price has already taken off without you, leave it alone. Wait for a pullback or just move on to the next play. Next, close, not push. What did I say earlier? Price must close above or below our level, depending on which way we're playing. Not push. Don't let this market play on your fears in 2024. It's not going down in 2024. Close, not push. Again, are we adding cons on a pullback? And once price confirms it's just a pullback, are you adding contracts? Like I said earlier, until you become comfortable with reading price action and being consistent, then you can hold off on this. But if you want to go ahead and start learning and creating this habit now, go ahead and mark your levels. If price gets to this level and it's confirmed by price that this is just a pullback, then I'm going to add some contracts. Then you also want to create a plan that fits you as a trader. Scalper, day trader, swinger, whatever. Just make sure it fits you. If you're not able to handle a pullback, then we're taking profits. Are you able to handle a pullback? Then we're going to add contracts once it's confirmed. Just make sure you have a full, complete plan in place. Your vision should be on that chart. This is what I want price to do. And we're not executing until price give us our entry, and then we're going to play it out. And then you want to make sure you're holding yourself accountable. At the end of the day, go look back at your plays. See the ones that you've taken. Broken any rules? Look at seeing why you broke the rule. Learn from that lesson. We're going to take that lesson into the next play, so we don't have to learn that lesson again. We want to create these winning habits for 2024. And then again, price works for you, not the other way around. We label our charts. This is our entry, exit, targets. price breaks above our entry or below our entry, depending on which way we're playing, then we're gonna execute. But we can't make price do anything that we don't want it to do, and we can't chase price. Price works for you. Until you want a higher price, then leave price alone. Until price is giving you what it wants, giving you what you want, then leave it alone. Move on to the next play. Find a play where price wants to get hired by you to take profits on it. All right, so we have come to the end. I hope this information in this video will assist you in some way along your trading journey. 2024 will be our winning seasons. This is our Kobe year. We did Jordan last year. We're going to do one better. We're going to do Kobe this year. Like I always say, it's either going to work or it's going to work. That is the only option. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below, or you can DM me. I'm always here to help you guys. 2024 is our year. But until next time, I thank you for breaking bread. You guys stay blessed.